Welcome. This is our first Eyeful Conversation, and I get to be with the beautiful Dr. Jessica Randolph, who is one of my favorite people in the whole world, one of my retina besties, ophthalmology besties, always in awe of this human. But I'm going to let her just tell you all the things. I want to hear all the titles. Don't leave any of them out because you're all over ophthalmology. I just want to hear it.
You are too sweet. So I am Jessica Randolph, she, her. I am an assistant professor of vitreoretinal surgery at Virginia Commonwealth University. I'm also the medical student educator at VCU, and I'm very involved in the residency program. I am also the vice chair of the Women in Retina subgroup of the ASRS, and I am on the AAO editorial board and the ASRS DEI committee, communications chair, and programming subcommittee, which you know very well. And I was on one of the AAO subtask forces for their diversity analysis white papers. And what else do I do for fun? The AAO One Network Retina this year.
My Lord, I don't think I knew there were that many on there. There's probably some you're missing. There's probably some that you didn't even say. Oh my God. I knew it. I just knew I couldn't remember them all. Let's be honest, 100. And the mom of beautiful twin boys.
Twins. Yeah, identical twin boys. They are wild. My chaos nuggets. Yeah.
I love it. A beautiful wife.
Yeah.
And daughter.
Yeah.
All the things. All the things.
I try.
Okay. I just love it. Well, thank you for coming to hang out with us. So with Eyeful Conversations, I wanted to hear the stories that I know, but I want other people to hear people's journeys to eye care, journeys to ophthalmology, and just kind of how we have built what we have built in ophthalmology, and just to be able to share that. So can you tell us how you found ophthalmology? Tell us the things.
Yeah, so my dad is a radiation oncologist, my mom's a dentist, and I thought going into medical school that I would do radiation oncology. It was, kind of a niche field. A lot of people still don't know what it is, even through medical school. And I'd been exposed to it since I was really young. And so I thought that I would do that, but I knew that I needed more surgeries than that. They only have a couple procedures, and I needed the blood and guts. But I also realized during medical school that I hated inpatient medicine.
This is a whole vibe, fam.
This was not my thing.
Rounding,
it was not my thing.
No.
And thank you to all of my primary care and inpatient people. I love you very much for doing the things that I don't like doing. And you are so good at it. But for me, I was like, this is not my ministry. This is not what I need to be doing. And so my dad had a friend who had spent some time with the Shields in Philadelphia, because that friend was a radiation oncologist also. And so he said, well, you should, go spend a month up there. So I did a month up there with the Shields. I got a publication in ophthalmology, the Blue Journal from it. I met a very good friend who is also in ophthalmology. She's a pediatric ophthalmologist in New York. Yeah. And from there, it was like, well, done deal. I also shadowed, we have a family friend who's ophthalmology in town, and I shadowed her a little bit, and I just knew that ophthalmology was the right choice for me.
I love it. And we are so glad, so glad that you chose ophthalmology. Tell me about retina. I mean, I love retina, but
So I actually was starting to apply for ASOPR's plastics match, and I got to the submission part, and I had submitted applications, and then I was like, nah, it's retina. And I had flip-flopped 60-40, 40-60 for a long time during residency, but just retina and being inside the eye, and I don't know, it's just a calling, I guess. I don't know. It just felt right.
Yeah,
it felt more right. Yeah.
And you find like a lot of people love plastics that love retina. Like the people that are surgical oftentimes will get that tug, and then ends up being like if you want to give up the eyeball or not. I think like the people that pick retina, they're like, I need more eyeball, you know?
Yeah. And I like the functional stuff more than the cosmetics. And there's not a lot of room to kind of take them apart. You have to sort of take them both together in a lot of cases. So I was like,
all the things. Yeah, I know. All the things. But our oculoplastic colleagues, that the magic that they do.
I know.
Putting those things back together. It's just ridiculous. I mean, just so awesome. So awesome. All right. So this is it. I just wanted you to tell us a little bit about you, a little bit about what you do, some of your favorite things that you do in ophthalmology. You know what? Let's take a few minutes to just talk a little more winter, because I know you've been doing winter for a really long time, and you and our other retina bestie Camille are just kind of stars in that world. So can you tell me a little bit about that and your mentorship program?
Yeah. So I was thinking the things that I forgot were my mentoring things. So the Women in Retina mentoring program, the DEI mentoring program, and then I mentor for the mom program and the Retina Board program. And in our medical school, we have what's called EPA coaches, which are like a version of mentorship that's more coaching. But I do all of those things too. And Women in Retina, of course, is very near and dear to my heart. It is the Women in Retina subgroup of the ASRS, and it's been around now for over 10 years as a group, and we do a lot working on outreach and giving women a platform and professional development and a forum to kind of be women and not have to worry about the male influence that often happens in a male-dominated field like retina surgery. We have events at all of the major meetings, so be on the lookout if you're interested. And our mentoring program for 2022 just got started last week, actually. So that will run for the whole year, and we have series of touch points with panel discussions about important topics like work-life balance and is there such a thing, and how to be a leader and grow your leadership potential and research and things like that. So it's really fun. I like those kind of collaborative things where you get to work with other people and see different people's opinions and the way that other people move through the world. And I always learn something new. And even every time I talk to you, I learn something new and exciting that I apply to my own life.
Same.
Today was the power of saying no. And you are the queen.
I am. I love it. It's important. Here's the idea, right? It's like there's a certain amount of hours in the day. There's a certain amount of things that you're here to do on this earth. If you say yes to everything, there's going to be cool things that you just won't have capacity to be able to do. You got to clean it out so that you can get to do the cool stuff like you want to do, like an eyeful conversation.
Like an eyeful conversation. And sometimes you just need a break.
Or just to go to bed.
The meeting is still going to happen with or without you. So it's no big deal.
Right. Okay, last thing. I want to hear your hope for ophthalmology. This sounds heavy, or what you are wishing you want to contribute, or just anything like that, or just hope for the young women that want to come and be ophthalmologists, any of those things.
Man, I could feel like I could just go on and on for hours about my hopes for ophthalmology because there's so many different parts.
Yeah.
And, for my patients, obviously, it's like getting the best care to maintain vision and keep everyone's vision as long as possible. Yeah. But for me personally, like I said, I have a very strong interest in mentoring and resident education. And so preparing the next generation of ophthalmologists and retina specialists to be a little bit better prepared than we were and have a little bit better footing and a little bit more comfort in the world of ophthalmology and retina and the retina specialty in particular. Because I think, like I do, there's a lot of code switching and sort of assimilating to be a certain way in order to get to a certain point. And so my hope is that in the future, women or whatever underrepresented group can be more authentic in that space and really bring your whole self and not have to put on the the mask to suit the masses. That's my hope.
Amen. From your mouth to God's ears, let's get this work. I love it. So good. And with that, that's the end.
Yay.